Hey folks, Daily Landsblog for the 18th of December 2020. Multitasking here, talking to you, holding a bone for the dog. I mean, God forbid the dog should have to hold a bone on his own. I mean, he gets way more leverage. You'll see him pull me, and like that. That's what we do for our dogs. I was thinking of examples of how far we've had to come in mental health. And it struck me as I was reading an article today, which is the purpose of this Lens blog. It struck me that an example of just how behind we have been historically, just how antiquated our way of looking at mental health has been, that if you call 911 and you say, I'm considering taking my own life. My husband has a gun to his head right now. My child is on the verge of an overdose. My friend is here with me, and she is basically melting down. All mental health related things. And if you called 911, the only option that they had was to put you through to police. And police would show up at your house and they would knock on the door and they would be there to try to provide assistance. But think about that. Think about the idea that you would send a police officer for a mental health crisis or an addiction crisis. It seems ludicrous. How is that going to be in the legal system? I probably shouldn't have used the example of the gun because that does bring legal issues to the table. But I was reading about, and this is certainly not the only place in Canada, but in the London, Ontario area, when police go out on a call, they have partnered with the CMHA, the Canadian Mental Health Association, to send with the police people who are experts in mental health and addiction. Because, and I have had this conversation many times with different people, and it's like, this is what they say, will you promise me that you won't call the police? I can't stand the idea of being taken away by the police, by, really feeling like because I'm struggling, because I'm battling, because I feel the lowest I've ever felt in my life, that somehow I should be let out by the police. And again, none of this is me saying that this is any police officer's fault at all. But it's insane, it seems. Probably not the best choice of words. It's crazy. Probably not the best choice of words. Ludicrous. All right, that's better. To consider the fact that a mental health problem, whether it be addiction or whether it be depression or suicide, would be a legal matter. And fortunately, across Canada, very slowly, we're starting to realize that, it's fine to send a police officer if you want, if there's the need for that kind of thing. But you need a mental health professional, and you need to make it as easy as possible for someone to call and say, I need help. And if you are not doing that because you don't want the police to show up at your house and because you don't want to feel like you're a criminal, then that's a bad thing. You need people to be able to go, I have no reason not to call for help. SickNotWeak.com, 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. While we're here, Case? I got this one if you need it.
You can take it.
Okay, I got this one. We are here because here in Canada, a first world country, for the last 100 years, we have treated, in some ways, mental illness as a crime. And that's why we're here, to change that. Huh?
Good for you.
Yeah, I tied it all together.
Yeah, it took a while to get there, but good for you. We done?